There we go. I'm starting with you. You just got to take your mute off for me. And it's so nice to put a face to the name because I think I've read for you online before. I recognize your name, but I don't know if, have you ever been here on a live before? Susan? Yes, I'm talking to you, but you got to take your mute off, honey. I can't hear you. There you
No,
go.
I've never been on a live, but I've talked to you on Facebook and TikTok.
Yeah. Awesome. Good to see you here. Is your mom on the other side?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's been in my ear since the second that you wrote. It's funny because you wrote on the live, I'll see you on the Zoom. And so I went and I looked in my email and I'm like, she's not in my, maybe she means next week. And then I heard, nope, we'll be there. And I'm like, okay. And then this lady's been with me ever since. Is that who you wanted to connect to today?
Yeah.
Awesome. She understood the assignment. All right. And I know all of you here have heard me read before and know how this works. So I love these kinds of groups because we can just jump right in. All right. Are you ready?
Yep.
Both feet flat on the floor. I want you to close your eyes and then I want you to take a deep breath. Picturing that deep breath starting at your big toe, slowly pulling it all the way up through your body and then blow it directly towards me and give me a minute to focus. Okay, slow down. She's really strong, your mom, in a good way. As she steps forward, she does something really interesting. She steps forward, and I feel the distorted energy around her passing, pain, grief, trauma. But she makes me feel like what she did is she's like, yeah, that has greatly dissipated recently because now you know how to communicate with her. She showed me the body scan, which was more than one issue in the body or pain in the body. And then she like jumped up and down, which is my symbol for mobility, that she has free mobility on that side. Now, they always take me through their passing from their perspective, but she felt a little bit confused or not able to communicate, maybe, because she's showing me the dizzying thoughts and the hand at the same time. So when I see the holding of the hand, sometimes that means that I was aware that you were there, even if I couldn't communicate back. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Were you with her? Because I'm literally seeing the
Yes.
chest. So that usually means you were with her. She so badly wanted to thank you for being there. Because that's what I feel is just like trying to get the words out to say thank you, thank you, thank you. Is your dad also on the other side? Because she's bringing forward the gentleman and she's showing me he's to the side. And I don't know if that's her father. No. So this, I don't know if that's her husband or your father. Is your dad on the other side?
No.
There's a father figure stepping forward, and clearly I'm not getting it right because I keep wanting to say uncle or something and keep switching it to father.
It's my uncle.
Okay. Was he like a father to you?
Yeah.
So he wouldn't let me say uncle. He was like, no, this is a father figure. This is my, like,
You kept saying that before in other readings, and I couldn't figure it out till you just said my uncle.
yeah, yeah.
And I know exactly who you're talking about.
You know, because I feel their energy, right? And they show me to the side, which is like to the side of your mom, which is like age group wise, right? But I feel the love, which is like a father figure to you. She's very happy to be reconnected with him on the other side or to bring him forward. Is he on dad's side though? Like is
Um, no, he would be my grandmother's brother.
okay, because I can feel like there's a age difference between mom and him, or that there's a she's showing me distance, like there's a bit of a distance there, and I'm like, what do you mean, like a different side of the family or something? So that would make sense. He's
Time
got,
and death as well.
pardon?
Time and death, like
Yeah.
between both their deaths, was quite a while.
Do you know if he used to wear a hat? Because he showed me a hat, like, and I'm not seeing a baseball cap, but I'm seeing like an older style hat.
I'm sure he had because we were always in the bush, like we were always in the forest and stuff. So I don't remember him wearing a hat, but I'm sure he did because we never went in the bush without a hat on.
It's interesting. I'm asking him in my head, why are you bringing this up? And I'm seeing old photo albums and stuff. And your mom's showing me going through pictures and stuff like that. And I feel like he's saying, I'm in there too. I'm in there too. Do you have old family photos and stuff like that?
Yeah, they're with my daughter, but yes.
Is your daughter getting married? When you said they're with my daughter, I heard wedding bells.
No, my oldest daughter, which I have no contact with, what is married now, but I didn't know that till recently.
See, this is what I mean. You say daughter, they're going to bring up things that I don't know because they're talking to you. So what your mama wants you to know now, because she just pushed grandpa out of the way, or uncle out of the way. She's like, get out of here. It's my time. I just let him come through to say hi, let you know he's over there too. But she's very much wanting you to know she's watching over your daughter. As soon as you said that, I heard wedding bells and I didn't know what she meant. And as soon as you said I haven't seen her in a while, your mom's like, all this relief, all this reassurance, all of this love, wanting you to know that there will be reconnection, that she's watching over her. Even if you can't see her right now, she's watching over her. But she's a distance or space away as well, isn't she? Is she in another city or town?
Yes. Yeah.
It's funny. I feel like you guys are a lot alike, but at the same time, so different. It's weird. I'm getting like oil and water, but so similar that we bump heads. Do you know what I mean? But then again, at the same time, it's like oil and water. So it's two messages in one.
Like my mother and I, or my daughter and I.
Your daughter and you, your mom is saying.
Yeah. Both my daughters.
So this one that's just got married, there's some kind of like when you say distance or space, she's not done talking about this because what did I just say before this too? It's not an accident in the order that these messages get delivered, right? And what were we talking about? That a mama loves their kids no matter what and wants what's best for them no matter what. And so
Yeah.
she's really proud of you for giving her this space and this peace. And she's like showing me that pinky finger, which is my symbol for having more mothering and nurturing ability in your pinky finger than some people do in their whole body. And there's a lot of reassurance coming through that this too shall pass. She's putting that heart around the two of you. And I don't think she's a mom yet, is she?
Yes.
Okay, because your mom is talking about the grandbabies, that you're going to be a grandma, that you're going to be a grandma, you're going to be in their lives. Like this is what she's bringing up. So I feel like there's going to be another one on the way as well. How many does she have?
She has one that I know about, and I again just found out about him.
Got yeah. So see, it's like sometimes as children we go through these stages with our like my oldest is 31, right? So they go through these stage where they hate us, but then they have their own kids and they realize how freaking hard it is, and that's when they crave their mama, and that's when they're able to see it through adult eyes a little bit differently. And she's offering a lot of that reassurance that there is healing coming up there. She gave you the rose, which is birthday, anniversary, or a date that happens once a year. And I feel like I'm going back a month or a week or something because she said one and she took me back. Who had the birthday, the anniversary, or the event that just happened? Or did she just get married a month ago?
No, I don't. There's no birthdays or anything in like January, February.
That's where I'm going, is like February. What are we in now? April?
April.
2 months ago. Close. What's in February? Because I feel like she's
There's
taking.
there's two birthdays.
So she's wishing happy birthday for that. She's putting the white blanket over your shoulders, which is my symbol for watching over somebody that has health or stress issues. And I don't think you have really health issues, but there is definitely some stress. And I heard coughing. Are you married?
No.
Do you live with somebody?
Yes.
Okay. Who's the
But he's
person?
not my partner. We're
Okay.
just
That's okay. See, your mom's talking to me in like puzzle pieces, right? And she's going to say it in a way that even I don't know what the heck she's talking about, but she's talking to you. And so she put the white blanket, talking about watching over you in stress or whatnot. And then I can see this gentleman and the gentleman to the side, or that is in your vicinity. And I don't know if he's stressing you out or just what that is, but she's putting the white blanket around you. And I heard coughing. So I don't know if he's sick or he smokes or what the heck that was. Has he been sick?
Um, no, it's my coughing, maybe.
Oh, you've been coughing.
Mhm.
So it's two in one. Okay, I just got it. It's two messages
But
in one. So she's watching over around the stress of, I think, just living with somebody, right? And watching over you for the health things at the same time. Got it.
This was
okay.
hard.
I don't know where it is. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
I think so.
That's not an accident. That's just mom proving her point. There's no such thing as fluke or no more chance. It's funny, you put your ring up, or you put your hand up, and I saw your ring. Is that mom's ring?
No, no, I don't have it on.
But you have her ring. Because as soon as you put your hand up, she's like, and she has my ring. And so I'm like, oh, is that your ring? But so she knows you have it.
Yeah. She made you speak about it one other time too.
Oh, yeah.
Time to put it back on.
You know what she's doing? She's telling you to remember to use vibrational
Can't hear
creation.
you.
You can't hear me? Can everybody else hear me?
No.
Everybody else
Oh
can hear
no.
me. It's just your phone. Isn't that
Oh
interesting?
no.
It's okay. Can you hear me now?
Oh, I know why.
What's going on?
There we go. He
You can.
started my car.
So your mom's making her point. And it's in a very humorous way because see, nothing negative is going on. It's just the stress of being with somebody else and living with somebody else and stuff like that, right? Isn't that funny?
Yep.
So what she just said is she was telling you to use your vibrational creation. So what you got to do is you got to visualize the scenario you want. Because whatever you're working through right now, like she's giving you boxes, so I don't know if you're moving or you're just decluttering or you're going through stuff, but she's giving you boxes and she wants to help you through it. But you have to visualize the destination and let her guide you along the path. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah,
Why
I'm
do I
trying really sorry.
That's okay. And I feel like you need to go to the dentist, and I'm not sure why. Have you had pain in a tooth?
No, I have my teeth are bad.
You know what? It's the best thing that you will ever do. Sometimes we get really scared when they tell us we might need dentures or something like that, right?
I
Well,
can't afford
this is what she's telling you. Your job is not to figure out how to get from where you are to where you want to go. Your job is to visualize the outcome and let her figure it out. She will do that. And then she showed me teeth. Do you see what I'm saying? And I
Mhm.
want you to understand that when they say there's a will, there's a way, they mean it. These aren't my real teeth either. I lost mine at 21. I had a disorder where I lost all my teeth before I was even old enough to vote. And so the best thing you'll ever do is to take care of that and know how much better you can feel and smile in the world. She
Yeah.
wants you to smile. She's like, listen, and I feel like it's already done. Where there's a will, there's a way. It's like if you start looking at that, how do I get this done? If you stop saying I can't and I can't afford it and it's too expensive and there's no way, and you start saying, I'm getting my teeth done. Woohoo! I don't know when, I don't know how, but mom said she's getting them done. Yes, I can't wait for my new smile. When you start saying stuff like that, the path will appear in front of you because she's
Yeah,
not gone.
I'm focusing on something different. That's she's giving me trouble.
What do you mean?
Well, because I'm focusing on a piece of land, right? I want a piece of land. I'm working towards that and getting my credit, all the stuff that you need to do.
Well, this could be why she would tell you a message like that, because sometimes if we get focused on trying to do something, then it actually, the more we focus on it, the more we push it away. The trick is to take your attention off of it and go do something that takes care of you, that makes you feel good, that gets you happy and in that vibration. And then what you were trying to do will come right to you. That's probably why she's saying that, because if you're doing everything that you can possibly do and it's a matter of sit and wait now, take care of you and watch how quickly that takes care of itself. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
This too shall pass. And when you said, I'm trying to work on that, she's like, I know, it's already done. This is why she's telling you to visualize it. Stop trying to figure out the path. Just let her figure that out. And that's why she brought your uncle as well, because he's showing me business, that he's got some business skills on that side. So I don't know if he had business skills here, but he's showing me business skills on that side. He's doing like paperwork or something like that. So know that they're lining it up for you, but it will be in your world at the exact right moment, at the exact right time. And here's the thing, when you get that land, you want to be able to smile in the pictures.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's singing You Are So Beautiful. And she's saying it's quicker than you think. It's quicker than you think. You've just got to start looking for how can I, and look up, Google it sometimes. How can I blah blah blah, and just Google it. Keep talking to her though, because she's showing me that you've been very clear, and I'm seeing lists of things that you wanted her to line up for you, and she's like, I got it. You just got to understand that when you place your order at the Restaurant of Life, the waitress doesn't have it the next day. It comes when it's ready and not a second before. So if you sit there waiting the whole time, like, where is it, where is it, where is it, where is it, it's going to take forever. That's why she's telling you, go get your teeth done, feel great, be on cloud nine, and then it sucks right in. Then she took me to August, September. I see another rose and a heart going around you. Who's got the birthday at the end of the summer?
My mother.
See? Is it September?
You're sneaky. Yes, it is.
It feels close to my mom's. What is she, a Virgo?
It's September 21st, so I'm not sure what that
Ah,
is.
she's on the cusp of Virgo and Scorpio. My mom's a Virgo. That's probably why her energy is like so bossy. In a good way. I didn't mean that in a bad way. Don't haunt me.
No,
Virgos
she
are
was,
bossy.
yeah,
Oh,
the leader of the family.
she loves you very much. She took last thing she said is just make sure, her big message is to make sure that you get a lot of self-care. She said to make sure that you're sleeping better. There's something about sleeping better. Go to bed earlier and wake up earlier, because your rhythm feels a little bit off. Have you been staying up too late recently?
Now, I've been working on trying to get better sleep because I do have with sleep.
Yeah. Aw. She's like, and the more that you sleep, the more I can come in your dreams. It's been a while. She's itching to come and wake you up in a dream. But if you don't get in a good deep REM sleep, then she can't come and have a good visit with you.
Yeah.
She's pulling her energy back, hon. I hope that was helpful.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. He just stepped forward to it. He's like, I get to say goodbye too, because I don't think he's ever communicated before. I know I've read for you at some point before, but I don't think he came through, because he just kissed your cheek and he's reminding you he's on your team as well, that you have a lot more help on that side than you think you do. Okay, now I'll let her pull her energy back.
Thank you, Tracy.
You're welcome. Okay, Becky, I'm coming to you before I go to the girls, because when I read to them, it's almost like I'm going back and forth between both of them at the same time. So I'm coming to you first.
Okay.
How are you? Stressed.
I'm okay. That's the word, I guess you could say.
I can feel it. So why don't, because I already know your brother's on the other side. I already know how he passed. I already know all of that. So this makes it a little different. So this is where I ask you, what's your focus?
Probably my
you cut out there. You got to say that again.
I would say my brother still. That's really.
So when you say your brother, just validations that he's with you, because here's the thing. When I ask you guys at the beginning if you got to focus and you go, no,
Yep.
nothing at all. And then I bring through 15, 20 minutes of messages. And then at the end, you pepper me with like 15,000 questions. It's like, here's the thing. If there's this, something you want your brother to focus on, let me know now. You don't have to give me everything. Just say like, I need him to help me with this or like point me in a direction. Do you know what I mean?
Um, that's
If
yeah, it's more like I'm just stressed out. Like I never got that job. And then I am dealing with a job that it is like just ridiculous. I work a full-time job and then a part-time job. And my daughter is going through like this is her sixth double ear infection since November. And I'm like, we're on a list for an ENT. I'm trying to do everything that I can. It's not like I want to miss work and they're not understanding at all. And between the losing of my brother, like my mental health has like deteriorated that like some days I'll be like, yep, I'm leaving. I'm gonna take a stress leave. Like I can't do this anymore. And then there's other days like it's like, no, Becky, push through, and then try to find a different job. And I'm just at loss because I don't know what to do. Like right now I'm off because Rory, my daughter's sick. And I just don't know what to do anymore.
See, this is why I ask you your focus, because I can so much better help you now that I understand that energy. When I connect to you, all I feel is that stress energy, right? And I know your brother's here, but for me to interpret everything you just said without even knowing anything about your life is going to be tricky, right? But now that I know
Yep.
exactly what's going on, I can help you with that. So easy. And so can he. Here's the thing. You're being bottlenecked, honey. Do you know what that means?
No.
That means life pushes you so that you can't, there's no wiggle room. You can't move anywhere except for through this tiny little bottleneck. Do you know what I mean? It
Yep.
means that you can't go left, you can't go left, you can't go right. All you can do is this route straight through. Now, I got a couple of spirit analogies coming through here, which is that a lesson that I learned a very long time ago. You're in a very similar situation to where I was a very long time ago. And I think it's because you're supposed to be staying home with your kids right now. That's where your heart is. That's where you want to be. That's where your family needs you to be. For the love of your family, you being at home would make you feel ease, would give you time to deal with the loss of your brother. It would, everybody in the family would feel the ease around that. It's a choice based on love. Now,
Yep.
the other choice you have is based on fear. If you make a choice based on fear, then you'll be afraid of what will happen if you're not working. So you'll keep working because what if I don't work? What if we don't have enough money? What if this doesn't happen? What if that happens? That is a choice based on fear. You understand? Now,
Yep.
what happens is that when you make a choice based on fear, it is going to blow up in your face every single time, no matter what you do. It will blow up on you. It will turn into a disaster no matter how you look at it, every single time. But when you make a choice based on faith and based on love, it will bloom in ways that you can't see coming. Now, when I was in your situation, I had gone back to school as a single mom. My son was 9. I had ended a relationship that had broken my heart. And a couple of months after that, I found out that I was pregnant. And as I went through school, by the time I got to about 4 months pregnant, about 4 or 5 months pregnant maybe, I was so sick that the doctor told me that if I didn't quit school and go home on bed rest, that I could lose that baby. Now, as a mama, we know that by the time you're 4 or 5 months pregnant, you're already bonded, right? It's like, I ain't losing this baby. Now I'm faced with a choice. Do I quit school so that I can stay home and take care of my baby? I got nobody else to take care of me. I got no money coming in. I can't even go on welfare because if you quit school, they won't help you. So
Yep.
what the heck am I going to do? The loving thing for my family was to stay home and take care of them and myself. But the fear thing would be to keep going to school, because if I didn't keep going to school, then I was going to have to pay back this $20,000 loan. But it was one of those situations that if you graduated with good marks, you didn't have to pay back the loan. So that's when I was first given the message, make your choice based on love and it will bloom, and you won't even see it coming, and it will bloom every time. So I did. I quit school. I was like, fine, I'm going to make the choice on love for myself and my family and my baby. And I quit school and I stayed home. And I was terrified because I had a 9-year-old, and I'll never forget, it was in August. And he started school in September, and I didn't have shoes. I didn't have a pencil. We had a can of beans in the cupboard. That was it. And it was about a week after I quit, and this is back in 2001, probably before you were even born. We didn't have direct deposits and stuff back then. So I walked to the mailbox, and there in the mailbox was a check for $1,500 from the government of Canada. From where? I have no idea. They didn't owe me any money. To this day, I still don't know where that check came from. But it was enough in 2001 to get me through until I gave birth and I could get on welfare for a couple of months and figure my shit out.
Yep.
What I'm trying to say to you is that when you take that leap of faith and you make a choice and decision based on love for yourself and your family, another way will always present itself every single time. That's where you are. You're in this position where it's about self-care at this point. And you've heard me do enough of these readings that you've heard me say before, it's not an accident in the order these messages come through, right? What's
Yep.
the big message we're getting tonight? Self-care. If you stop trying to force yourself to go to work and stop trying to force yourself to go jump back into life at this point in time the way that you were before, because you're not ready yet. If you stop doing that and you give yourself some time, and I'm not saying you have to stop for like a year or 10 years or anything, but long enough, your heart will tell you when you're ready. But if you give yourself that time and you thank your brother and your loved ones for lining up the support and the resources to make it possible, they will. But you have to visualize what you need, tell your brother what you need, and he will send it. And make your choice based on love for yourself and your family. And the minute you do, sweetie, all that chaos you're going through will stop. It will stop. You're being bottlenecked into being forced to make a choice to care for yourself, because caring for yourself is what you need and your family needs. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Your brother is just like loving the shit out of you, excuse my language, but he's like bear hugging you, and he's like, you're always trying to, well, okay, if I want to say this correctly, understand that he's being playful and sarcastic. He's like, you're always got to be the perfect one, don't ya? You always got to do it perfect. He's like, you don't always have to be perfect. You don't always have to be good. You're allowed to fall apart sometimes. It's almost like you're afraid that if you fall apart, everybody's going to fall apart. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
So this down. He said he sent you some feathers or some birds. He's been lining you up with the birds and the feathers. Have you?
I'm not too sure.
You say you're not sure, and he literally rolls his eyes at you. Do you have birds in the tree outside? Like, do you have a tree right outside your window?
No. But lately we've been hearing the birds chirping. Like, my husband goes to work at 4 o'clock in the morning, and it's still dark out, and the birds are just chirping. We have the windows open right now. It's really pretty here now, and we keep the windows open a lot, and they're like chirping at night.
This is what I'm telling you. Your brother's bringing up the birds because, see, spirit will use nature to act nature, or to get nature to act unnaturally in a way like that, so that you know they're there. I've read for you enough times. What do the birds mean? What do the birds mean? Especially
Oh, I
when you
can't even
hear
remember.
tweet, tweet, three little birds, Bob Marley. See, spirit kind of does this in, like, you know how you go to kindergarten and you learn all the easy words, and then the next year you go to grade 1 and then grade 2, and the more words you learn, the more vocabulary you have, the better able to communicate and express yourself you are.
Yep.
So he's teaching you new languages or new words, new communication skills. Those birds, singing at you in the dark is not an accident. It's your brother's way of wanting to remind you as you're waking up that every little thing is gonna be all right. That's what the Three Little Birds on Bob Marley's song means. He's trying to reassure you that everything's gonna be okay. How come you're holding on to this job so hard? Is it a money thing?
Um, yeah, and then like here we have like a daycare shortage. So if I let go of the daycare, I'm letting go for like 2 years. Um, so it's like, and then I would have to keep her in daycare and look for a new job that's more kind of flexible. Me and my husband, we talked about when my brother died, I was still on mat leave and I did cleaning on the sides, and then I didn't go back right away. Um, and I tried doing like making fishing nets in my garage, but I couldn't because it just reminded me of my brother so much because that's what I was doing when he passed away.
Yeah.
Um, so then I focused on my cleaning, but I wanted something more. We wanted to buy a house, but that's out of the question right now with these interest rates and everything. We just said like that, no, we'll rent for now. Like we just don't want it. So like I talked about maybe possibly going back to my cleaning so it's more flexible to be there for the kids. Um,
Have
but
you ever thought of just staying home? And what about maybe having a child or two at your home and taking care of them and
um
getting the income from that and just taking it easy on yourself and allowing yourself to be home and enjoy your children and your family for a little while?
it's just with my big kids, they're at the stage like they're not home. They're wanting to be at friends and everything. So to be able to like be locked down to have other kids at my house, I don't want to leave anyone stranded with that. Like if I'm not available,
I
it's just
gotcha. All I
everything
know
is.
All I know is that where there's a will, there's a way. And if you keep brainstorming these ideas without the stress, like if you just keep brainstorming, like, what can I do for extra income? But you make the rule that I'm not going to force myself to go out into the craziness. Do you know what I mean?
Yep,
Now, when you say that if you pull her out of the daycare, you won't get her back in for 2 years,
there's a
that's
wait list.
on that daycare.
No, it's every like I live in Windsor, Essex County, and the daycares are brutal. I had her, so I work in a different town that I live in. I work 15 minutes from my house. And I had her on a list for the daycare in the town that I lived in because I had a job that I worked from home and I needed her like I'm on the phone, so I couldn't have her at home with me.
Yeah.
And she's just maybe gonna make the cut in September for that daycare.
And how old is
That
she?
she'll be 2 next year. I mean 2 next month, sorry.
I still get the feeling that you're supposed to stay home. Look, I'm shuffling the cards just to see if I'm right. And look, change of direction. That's what this card means. And it's so funny.
Yep.
This card kept coming up on my live. It's like the more you try to put her in the
I was
daycare,
watching your live and I asked the question because ever since my brother passed away, I refused to go on any meds or anything. Like I was a type that I don't even like taking pills for headache. And after I got off birth control, when I got my tubes done, I would rather have my body all like natural, and not have any meds or anything. That's just, I pushed myself through that and I didn't want to be numb or anything, I guess. Just maybe like a fear of it, I guess. Um, and so then, like I told my husband, I was like, I should not be scared to call into work. Like I text them and say that I need to be off work, my child's sick, and then they're asking me to come in the afternoon or at nighttime, and it's like if if I could, and then I'm like, Chad, I'm terrified to even send my doctor's note to say that I'm still off work because she's still sick, and I'm like, it shouldn't be like that, and I shouldn't feel that way.
I keep putting this up because it's more evidence that as you're saying all that, I have to ask you. So think about your work, okay?
Yep,
Everything you just described, let's pretend your work is a snake, okay? Everything you just
yep,
described is like them biting you, right?
yep.
Now, does it make sense to run after the snake and tell it that you didn't deserve to be bitten and demand to know why it keeps biting you? Does that make
Yeah,
any sense?
it makes sense. It's just like me, I feel bad just because of how, I guess, how it's ran, that I know the others will have to pick up the slack, and like the other workers, they're nice, but it's
But
just,
see, Becky, stop for a second. This is where you're stuck here. You can't feel bad for other people and happy for yourself at the same time. Like it's one or the other. If you're going to feel bad, then you're not going to be able to make the choices and decisions you need to make for yourself. You have to be okay with making those choices and decisions for yourself and letting the chips fall where they may. You are not responsible for those other people. You are responsible for yourself. Do you see what
yeah,
I'm saying?
yep,
And the more that you focus, I guess what I'm trying to say with the snake story is that the more you focus on being upset about the treatment and the bullshit that's going on, the more you stay stuck. That doesn't help you. What will help you is understanding that there's a change of direction that is necessary here. You are being prevented from going in a direction because it doesn't match what you're asking for. If what you're asking for is love and ease, I want to enjoy my job, I want to have a good income, I want to feel, stable, I want to have my children in a good daycare and life to be ease. Well, the path you are on, you can't get that from that path. I know you think you can, but you can't get it in from that path. So life is putting up these roadblocks to show you wrong way, wrong way, wrong way. Have you ever played Mario Kart?
yep.
When you're going the
It's
wrong
funny
way
that
on
you,
Mario Kart, what does it
yeah,
do?
it's so funny that you use that, because my brother, when he passed away, he was supposed to go to work. He usually went to BC and Alberta, and in Niagara Falls, I've never been to Niagara Falls, and
I've been there.
so we were supposed to go there, and their Mario Kart, the golf carts or whatever they are, we were gonna do them. And me and my daughter, what I'm really stressed out right now is I have a hard time getting time off work. And her trip for her graduation, I'm booking it off in June. We're going to Niagara Falls.
That's funny. Okay, so you're not going to say you have a hard time getting off work ever again because the words that you speak manifest. This is what you have to understand is the words you speak manifest. And sometimes people think that I'm splitting hairs with you, but I'm not. The words you speak manifest. So if you are saying to yourself and to everybody else, I have a hard time getting off work, do you think you're going to be able to get off work?
No,
So what do you have to say?
I'm going to get off work.
There you go. And what do you have to do to make sure that that happens?
Thank my brother for my time off.
Yes, and you have to sit down, you have to close your eyes, and you have to visualize that you getting time off work. You have to feel how good it feels. You have to hear them say you have the time off. You have to visualize yourself telling people, I got the time off work. Do you see how easy that was? You got to visualize how excited you're going to feel for that time off. You got to visualize where you're going to go in that time off. It only takes 5 minutes. Visualize it and then go about your day. That's how you create your reality. You're going about this backwards. You're speaking about what you don't want
Yeah.
and all the obstacles and expecting it to turn out differently. You got to speak it the way you want and trust your brother. He will guide you there. And when I tell you that he is teaching you an advanced symbology of his language, that's where Mario Kart comes in. Because it's like you're not getting the baby or the beginner, I should say, symbols now. We're beyond the coins and the feathers and the things like that, right? Now he's giving you messages like Mario Kart, which is, when you are trying to move forward in a direction and you're getting all of that chaos right in front of you, that's like a big red X on Mario Kart going wrong way, wrong way, wrong way. Where you want to go, you can't get there from where you're going. You've got to change direction and go about this a different way. You keep saying that the only way is for your daughter to be in daycare, but I think that that is not the healthiest way for you to move forward. I don't know what the other way is, but I know that the universe is telling you there's another way.
Yeah.
I just want to pull one more card and say, all right, what is the advice here? Your husband's got your back.
That he does. It's
Yeah,
me,
he
the one
does.
that's pulling back. He's like, babe, do whatever you gotta do. Do whatever you, and I'll tell him, and he's like, I don't know why this is still a discussion. And I get upset with him because I'm like, you're not caring. And he's like, no, it's plain and simple. You do what you have to do.
Honey, that's exactly what I'm saying. You are focused on the stress and you are stressing yourself out and you don't have to. The universe is trying to tell you that you need time to heal. And some of that time to heal is stay home. Take your daughter to the frickin' park for the spring. Stop telling yourself what you can't do and all the obstacles and all the restrictions and how long it's going to take years before I get into daycare. And quit telling those stories because where there's a will, there's a way. See this card? This is a card that flew out, which is getting your ducks in a row. It's almost like you were watching our live earlier because this card came out then too. Get your ducks in a row. This is wish fulfillment. This is your husband. He's got your back. This is a powerful man that is right behind you. But if you keep asking for healing, but it's like if you have a broken bone and you're saying, God, please heal my bone, but you refuse to put it in a cast, you refuse to give it time to heal, then whose fault is it that it's not healing?
Mine.
Sweetie, it doesn't have to be that hard. I know that you've had it hard in the past and that things have been hard, but your husband is absolutely right. Let go and let God at this point. Breathe and let yourself have some time to heal. And I promise you that when the time is right for you to go back to work, the daycare is going to be there. The childcare is going to be there. You can't stop what is meant for you. Do you remember when I moved back in October?
Yep.
There's no way I should have found this house so quickly. You know, the moving market right now is absolutely atrocious.
Yes, I do.
I'm a single mom, bankrupt at that. I had to claim corporate bankruptcy last year. So single, bankrupt, and I work from home. Those are things that people that rent houses don't really want. I got turned down 19 times before I got a yes. 20 actually, because they sent me to the cockroach hotel before I got to this one. But the point is that the point is that I had a house within 6 weeks of knowing that I needed one in a market where everybody told me I'd never be able to find one. Because not a single day when he told me that I had to move, did I go, great, I'm never going to be able to find a house. This sucks. The rents are too high. I can't do this shit. Blah, blah, blah. I didn't say that. I was like, all right, God, show me how. Show me how. How can I? Thank you for. I practiced what I preached. I sat down and visualized it every single day. And I could actually go upstairs and get out of my God box because I have a God box. And this is maybe what you need to do. When you have a problem, so I keep a box that I have taped shut all the way around. It has a little slit on the top and I call it the God box. Susan, this is for you, all of you, but your mom's going, listen up. Anyway, when you have a problem that you feel like is too big for you, you write it down on a piece of paper and you give it to God and you put it in the God box and you let go and let God. When it's too big for you, He will handle it. And when you do that, it will turn out. I wrote on that paper, everything I wrote on that paper, I said I wanted an office. I was like, if you're going to make me move, then I better get an office out of this. It better be bigger than my other house. I want a bathtub and a shower in my room, not just a shower. And make it in a lake community. I want a frickin' private lake. Guess what I got? All of the
You got
above.
it.
In a market where there's some people that are still looking after a year or two because they keep telling themselves they can't. Do you understand the message?
Yep.
You can do this, honey. But you deserve time to heal. And your husband is right. Nobody is forcing you to push yourself out there except for you. And I know it's hard to stay home with your own feelings sometimes, right? I almost wonder if that's part of it as well. It's hard to stay home and have to deal with that and face a little bit of boredom if you're used to being working and out on the go and stuff. But you have to be able to sit with it and unpack it slowly but surely and clear it out, and then you can move forward. Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Yeah, it does.
He just said, remember, I got you, kid. I got you. And he's thanking your husband, and he's playing the song Mighty Good Man in my head. He wants him to know that he thinks he's very happy that he's in your life, and he's again reminding you that he is a good man and he will support you. So take advantage of that, because not all of us have had that. Some of us had to heal in really hard circumstances, and you have the opportunity to heal with a lot of love and support around you. So take it. You deserve it.
Yep.
Oh, he just kissed your cheek. I hope that was helpful, sweetie.
It was. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Okay, Christina and Amy. I'm going to come to you, Christina. Amy looks like she's in the middle of a very good conversation. I'm so excited you're in your new house. I could even feel your energy. It's like, I wouldn't be surprised if you're walking around in your underwear.
No. Just tired.
Yeah.
Tired because I just am so relaxed now. And I don't even have the house together yet. Like
Let
I
yourself
moved
sleep.
I moved everything out of the storage unit on Sunday, and then I packed up everything Monday from Dad's house and moved it. So I've been unpacking stuff little by little. But
Baby steps.
I've
Baby.
cried a couple times because I worked so hard for this.
I know. It's going to be
Like
so
so
beautiful when
hard.
you're done. It's going to be so beautiful. Like I'm telling you, I can feel the energy all around you. And I know you're tired. You need some rest time. And it's really important that on these days you don't push yourself too hard, because like if you go to bed early tonight, I'm not sure what time Sharif goes to bed, but go to bed with him. And then set your alarm to get up nice and early. And when you get up, you're going to wake up with so much energy. But make sure you get that sleep, because then you can wake up with a full battery tomorrow. And if you don't, then you're just working with half a battery all day long. And then that's hard. And that will take longer to get things done. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Timmy's like jumping on the beds and stuff. Sharif feels pretty happy to have his own room and his own space, hey?
Oh my gosh, yeah. Because when we first looked at the place, it wasn't totally finished and whatnot. There was a couple things I had to do and stuff, and I had to talk Boo into it, and I was like, this is the best thing for us right now, and it's just temporary
Yeah.
until we get to the other place when it's ready. I said, and then he walked in here today, and he was like, wow, it looks great. And he looked at my room, and then I was like, let's go look at your room. And he looked at his room, and he's like, wow.
I know, I can feel it. Timmy's so excited.
He's in his room right now, actually.
Is he gaming?
No, he's just on his phone. But yeah,
Same thing. This is what I saw. Timmy did this. So that's either a controller or a freaking phone, because I can see it
no,
in his hand.
listen, he also actually, when I was unpacking today, Timmy got, those little baby controllers,
Oh,
the little baby ones. He had gotten a couple for birthday and Christmas. So I had one in a package still. It's brand new. I'm gonna give it to my friend's son.
oh.
But I actually ran into a couple things at Timmy's today.
So that's a very specific, that's why he's showing me this. Got it. So he was with you. I'm telling you, he's so excited. Like he's jumping up and down. He's like, yeah. He's so excited that you get to see that this went so much easier than you expected it to go. Perfect represent, because you had this idea in your mind. I want you to understand this, that What was holding you back was not your dad, was not the situation. It was your idea of the situation is what was holding you back. The second that you changed your idea of the situation, all of a sudden now you're able to be in this house and everything went okay. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes, and Becky, this is important for you to see too. I'm telling you guys, it's not an accident in the order these messages line up with. And even if there's only 4 people on here today, it's because Spirit synchronizes the people, the people together that will resonate and understand the messages being delivered. And so what they're trying to show you guys with you, Christina, you're leading the way on this, is that if you sit down and you visualize it and you talk about it and you write it out about how you want it to go, it goes much better, doesn't it?
Oh, it works 100 times better.
Yeah.
Everybody should meditate in the morning and visualize their day because it works beautifully. It really does.
Timmy just showed me a guitar.
Oh my gosh, shut up. Today I unpacked a little guitar that was his.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna give that to Vicky also for her baby.
He
Yeah.
loves that because I'm telling you, I'm seeing him sitting there stringing this guitar, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Just tell her I got the guitar. I got the guitar." He's so happy to hear it play again. Like you can hear the 3-year-old energy coming out in me. Hey, I'm telling you, he's there with you in that house, and he is so freaking proud of you. He's like, "Mom, this is the best part." He's like, "Don't worry about groceries. We're getting groceries next." Yes. Oh, I feel excited to get my own food. I don't know what the deal was at Dad's house, but I feel excited to fill up the fridge with what I want to eat. Does that make sense?
Yeah. 100%. Because there's certain things that Dad didn't like to eat. So I can get and now cook it for myself.
He's so
Like chicken Alfredo, tacos, stuff like that.
Timmy's so excited. He's all I can say is like proud, like just jumping up and down, so proud of you. So just excited for the next like 3 to 6 months. Cause like you said, I don't think you're gonna be there extremely long while you're waiting for another place. But he's very much showing me how proud he is and synchronized and aligned it went, like how easy. Because I remember you talking about this a couple of months ago, and I remember how afraid you were. You were like, "Yeah, but it's so hard," and "Yeah, but I can't find a place," and "Yeah, but it's not the yeah, but."
Everything just lined up. I got the help, even though one person had backed out. I still had to help. I got it done. I got everything up here, and now I'm like, now I just got to take it box by box.
And most importantly, you have an environment that you and your son can come home to and feel safe, feel warm, feel home.
Mm-hmm.
That is the most important piece here, because now you can't heal when you're in an environment where you're constantly, you can't heal in that environment. So this is going to have you healing in leaps and bounds. Who's got the birthday in June or July? JU.
It's Sharif.
It's because he's wishing him a happy birthday. He's doing something special for his birthday as well. Is it June?
Yep.
And he's turning 14 this year?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So is my son. Shut up. Our boys are. Your boy's
2000,
4 months older than
2000,
mine. Sorry.
he was born in 2010.
Yeah, mine too.
Yeah, he's gonna be 14. Oh my gosh.
No. Timmy's teasing him, saying he needs his haircut or something. Showing me a haircut.
Well, he does need a trim. I mean, but it's not like too afro-ish.
Timmy just gave me those eyes. That's interesting. He just looked at me. He just went, I don't know. He just gave me this look, like he looked up on his eyes like this.
Oh, he does that. Yeah.
And I was like, what is that? He's like,
That's what he used to do when he actually, like when he wasn't supposed to touch something, but he knew. that he wasn't supposed to touch it, but he would give me that look with that smile. Yeah. Like I'm gonna touch it. I know I'm not supposed to, but I'm gonna touch it.
He's hanging
Yeah.
out with his brother who's 14. He's like, I'm gonna do it. I'm going with them. And I think he's gonna start driving soon. I don't know where you guys are. When do they get their learner's license? I don't know what you call it there, the beginner's license.
16 is a learner's permit.
See, I can feel the excitement. See, here it's 14. He's like, come to Alberta. Come to Alberta. No, don't. The politics here suck. I know the States isn't much better, but it is better. At least you guys get to keep most of your paycheck. Anyway, that's a topic for another discussion. Aw.
Actually, Sharif today, he went to take off his spring jacket, and he's like, "Where do I put this?" I said, "In your own bedroom."
I love it.
I'm like, I know it's been a while since you had your own bedroom, but
He just showed me a giant map. Does Sharif have a giant map on his wall?
no, no, but there's like this tall, because he has the breaker box in his room because it's a trailer. My cousin had put up like this tall like stand and that like this tall like picture frame basically, and you can put like different pictures in it. And we were talking about that earlier today. Actually, she has some pictures in there that are hers, but she said she'll take it out and help us put pictures in there for Sharif of like him and Timmy and me and stuff like that. So I
And
bet you that's what he's talking about.
cover the wall. Yeah, because they can only show me what's in my library, and I don't have that in my library, but I do see a big freaking like map or something that covers the whole wall or something that covers that wall. And there is something about travel. You guys are going on a vacation or going traveling somewhere, actually. Feels like within the next couple of months.
Well, Josh was thinking about taking Sharif to Albany for the SmackDown or Raw wrestling event. But
Timmy's
so
going.
I mean, obviously it's not definite because Josh is like, well, I don't want it. All depends on how the draft goes. If it's people I like, then I'll go. So maybe
Timmy's
that's
like
just
on
Timmy.
it. You tell Timmy what man he like or what play. I don't even know what the word is here. Players, characters, whatever it is. I don't watch this stuff. You tell him which ones that Josh wants. Is that Amy's husband?
Yes.
You tell them which what Uncle Josh's favorite players are. Timmy will line it up for him because he wants to go on that. He wants to go on that trip. And you deserve. And they would be. Is this an overnight trip?
No, Albany's not far. It's only like an hour away. So it wouldn't be an overnight thing, no.
I'm seeing you going away for a weekend as well.
I don't know where. I don't have any plans at the moment.
You know what? He just he did that little grin again, and it's almost like he's saying on Sharif's birthday because he's taking me around the birthday. See, they put the puzzle pieces, right? He's taking me around the birthday. He's showing me another trip. He's like, "Yeah, we'll go to that one, but that one's a lot sooner than the birthday." Because then he took me to June again, and I saw Sharif going with like auntie and uncle for a little while, and you having like a couple of days to yourself. When was the last time you had a couple of days to yourself?
Never.
They've
Single
got,
mom life.
I know, but he's lining it up. It's like Sharif's birthday present for him and for you. He's just reminding you to get some sleep tonight. Make sure you get lots of sleep and you're going to feel better.
I know I get to sleep with his new bedding he got me for Christmas.
Aw. Is this
It's
your
on the
first
bed.
night? Is this your first night in the house?
Yeah, because we had to wait for the oil to get delivered. So we stayed at Auntie's house last night.
No wonder he's so excited and jumping up and down on the bed. He's like,
Yeah,
"Yay,
this is
Mama,
our
you're
first
crying."
night here.
Yeah,
That's why I
yeah.
said it. Sharif saw it today because he after school yesterday I dropped him off. I came here, unpacked some more stuff, and tried to get the Wi-Fi to work because and then I went back over there and stayed the night because I had to get him ready for school and stuff. But tonight's our first official night here in our own house. Yeah.
Aw. Well, have an amazing sleep and then wake up feeling better tomorrow. And if you're still tired tomorrow, sleep. Don't even worry about it. Give yourself that time because the ascension energies, I don't know if you know what the Schumann resonance is or anything, but the only way I can describe this is the light energies that are coming down right now are so intense that it is causing a lot of us to be extremely fatigued. And that's on a good day without even moving. So if if you try to battle against those energies, you're just going to tire yourself out even more. It's like being tired and then trying to swim upstream. Don't do that. If you're tired, just sleep. Because what will happen is if you sleep, you will sleep it off. You might need more sleep than you normally do and more than you think you do. I had a couple of nights ago, I slept 10 hours and I slept 10 hours the next night. And then, not last night, the night before, I passed out at 7 o'clock at night and did not wake up until 6 o'clock the next morning. 11 hours. Like, how much sleep do you freaking need? But when I got up yesterday, I was like, woo, on top of the world. And I didn't get much sleep last night either, but I still am so energized from how much sleep I got before. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So just listen to your body because your body is your compass. And if you're tired, get some sleep. Don't even worry about the unpacking or anything. Get your sleep. And then when you wake up, you'll have all the energy you need and you'll get 10 times more done than you will if you try to unpack in a tired state. Makes sense?
Well, that's why, like, after we ate dinner, I was like, I think I'm gonna be done tonight, Sharif. I'm tired.
Yeah. He just cuddled up with you. Oh. All right, I'm gonna let him pull his energy back. He's like, for a minute, and then he jumped in Auntie's lap.
Okay.
I guess I'm
Thank
coming over
you.
here, Amy. How are
I
you?
better put my mute on.
Um,
Come
You
on.
tired too?
I have so much going on.
Why do you feel like you're gonna cry?
I'm just have a lot going on. I'm exhausted, like physically and mentally.
You need to sleep.
It's just exhausting. Like every day I'm just exhausted. I've had this weird pain going on. I went to the doctor's today and that couldn't be easy either.
Of course not, right?
Oh,
I just heard, take the day off, take the day off, take the day off. Were you thinking about taking a day off?
so I was actually going to work a day and I was going to pick up a shift because I only worked like 2 days last week because I've been sick. Like whatever this is, whatever I'm going through,
You're detoxifying, hun.
it's just insane. And now I have to go get all these tests and I'm just tired. I'm so tired.
So I want you to sleep, 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 sleep. Get lots of sleep. And then sea salt. Have you been having the migraines or the headaches?
I did. They're gone now. Um, it took a minute. They're gone, but it wasn't really necessarily a migraine. So everything going on with me is pain, but it's not a terrible pain. It is annoying, incessant, consistent pain that will go away but comes back and goes away and comes back. So like right now I have something going on with like my stomach. So now I'm gonna have to go get ultrasounds of like my whole right side.
Just be careful with that, sweetie, because if you go looking for a problem, they will find one. And I want you to understand that when you start healing and you start detoxifying your body as you have done, and you start eating better foods and you're not eating the poisonous foods anymore, your body starts healing and it doesn't always feel like roses. Sometimes you feel like, for example, I have had a flare up of my sciatic nerve. Why? Because I just did a fast. And when you do a fast, you excrete the toxins from your body. So it like kicks everything up. Do you know what I mean? And when you do a fast, you have to replenish with healthy bacteria and healthy foods. I keep seeing probiotic, 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 probiotic. I think the thing in your gut is that you need some good bacteria in there. Do you know what I mean? Have you ever been told about probiotics before?
Yeah.
Are you on probiotics?
No.
Slow this down.
This wasn't a problem until as of late.
Yeah. Sometimes when we're excreting those toxins, that's just what it feels like. And not just that, but MS plays on your nerves, right? Because it is
Yeah.
the autoimmune disorder. And so when those start growing back, you get little tingles. They come all over because your nerves are activating again. They're coming alive. So it's uncomfortable. Do you know what I mean?
I'm insanely uncomfortable. I only went to the doctors because this has been a persistent thing going on that I feel, and I know something's wrong. I don't know what it is. It's not even that it's wrong. I don't want to say wrong. I know something's different. I know something is different within my body. And I was telling the doctor that. I was like, I don't know what this could be, but I know something is different within me. And I just want to make sure it's nothing serious that I have to worry about.
Well, let me
So
say, as a psychic, I don't see it serious. I see it as a good thing.
Well, they blood tested me to make sure I'm not pregnant because my period was it was like 2 days. It was like 2.5 days. It wasn't heavy like it usually is. It was light, medium. And the lady told me it could have been. And I go, I don't know if that's what is it. I go, I feel like that was my period. And she was like, most women do. So then she gives me a urine test, but the doctor was like, why'd you do that? You need blood because it's not going to show up in urine too early. And so they took a blood test and I don't get back till Thursday. And then I have to get some ultrasounds just to make sure nothing is like bad, like or leaking or
I
any of
wonder
that.
if that's it, because here's the thing, and any mama will know this. Well, maybe not anyone, but I'm sensitive, so I knew it. Most of my friends knew it. You can feel implantation.
It just feels different. So like I was getting, and this
Yes.
is, I don't know if I want to record this.
Okay, hold on. We're gonna pause. Thank you guys for watching. This is where it gets private. So now we're going messages from Spirit on Zoom after dark. Thank you guys. See you next week.